Hey guys, welcome to part 1.02. And today, I just got done with 1.01. Now, I need to work on this part. We're just waiting for this ad to finish. I'll wait. Skip.
Probably looks like it so far, but it's not. So now
Eh,
I can just select these at the same time.
backward. Let's
Press
rewind
I
this whole minute.
and just get that kind of faces selected.
Oh, uh-oh. That's not what I wanted at all.
An hour, doubt it. No, to kind of put that about like that. Just again, edge loop. And now I kind of need to do this. This would be where a mirror modifier is a little bit helpful, but I just need to, actually, you know what I can do? Okay, so if you select them together, it will inset it as one, but if you select it individually, it will just do that one.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and do the back one there. So that I will do I to inset.
Yes.
Looking good. These don't have to be exact again. This is just a, it's not a car modeling tutorial, okay? It probably looks like it so far, but it's not. So now I can just select these at the same time. Press I. And just get that kind of lined up with the other one, and let's do the same thing here. So,
Yep, same shape. Shape.
so I to inset, and then I wish I could extrude these all at the same time, but I like the fact that when you
Okay, I again. Wow, it kind of looks like this car that I want to show off. Ford Mustang Notchback. Here we are. These Fox bodies are the best cars in the whole world. That's just my opinion. Um, they're rarer than the fastbacks, but this is the kind of car that I'm making. Well, not really, but for some reason this creator got influence from this car without even saying it. I guess because he's not having Ford endorse it. He doesn't want to get paid for mentioning a car brand, which is understandable. But this is a Ford Mustang Notchback 5.0. It doesn't even have to be a 5.0. This one looks a lot like a Notchback. See? Right here. Only thing, the trunk needs to be bigger. The front end could be a bit smaller. Let's go back. Uh, yeah, right here is fine. And then let's move these back. Nah, that'll look too small for the V8 engine. So we'll just keep it there. Even though it doesn't look as realistic. Uh, Wait a minute. But it does look strange. I do get it. Um, how about we move this part of the hood pin back? Nah, it's okay. That's fine. I like it the way it is. I don't want to mess things up. So this is the car that you
press E to extrude, it'll
5
go
minutes.
along the normal.
Yeah.
And if you do it with two of them at the same time on opposite sides, I think it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna go kind of at some weird angle. So we could actually, since these are on the same normal, we could do those together. So let's go ahead and press E. Oh gosh, just screw it. If you're trying to catch my hotkeys, you're probably like, That guy scrolls up and down on his mouse wheel so much, can't see anything. I should do the control. If you hold control and you press down in the middle of the mouse wheel, you can just go in and out. Look how calm it is down there in the bottom left, as opposed to hey Derek, you can't see the model. Okay, so now I don't even know if I'm in the middle of extrude or not. Getting so sidetracked. E to extrude. Bring that in a little bit. Give ourselves a nice viewership out into this cold, dark, quarantined world. Which hopefully you're watching this in the future and that's all over. But
Yep,
if it's not,
years ago.
Remember us, folk. From
So let's select the back. Go to face. So we're drawing a Mustang.
2020, who dealt with such disaster. Okay, so what are some more details we could add here? I think I want to add maybe like a bumper in the back. Let's just press Shift D, extrude this up, and I'll just press Control Plus to.
Sorry.
I think I want to add maybe like a bumper in the back. Let's just press Shift D.
Shifty. Here we are. Nah, that does not look good.
Extrude this up, and I'll just press Control. Just press Shift D. Here, I think I want to add maybe like a bumper in the back. Let's just press Shift D.
Okay, I'm in the wrong area. Here.
Extrude this up, and
extrude it up. Shifty. Gosh dang it.
Back. Let's just press Shift D.
Shift D.
Extrude this up.
I don't understand this process.
Sorry. Like a bumper in the back. Let's just press Shift D. Extrude this up, and I'll just press Control Plus to D. Extrude this up. And I'll just press Control
Alt Z. Well, I already did press the
plus to kind of select that whole thing. And I'll just press Control Plus to
Control Plus.
Up.
Okay. Control Plus. That work.
And I'll just press Control Plus to
Did I plus that or no?
extrude this up.
I realize he pressed Z.
And I'll just press Control Plus to
and then press Control Plus. Yep, that worked. When an ad pops up, I'm gonna
kind of
pause
select
this
that
video.
whole thing. Then let's just bring that out a little bit.
And then I go to part
boom, bumper. Kind
now,
of select that whole thing. Then let's just bring that out a little bit.
Press E. Control Z. Oops, nope. Alt Z.
Boom, bumperified. Maybe we like, you know what, it'd probably be cool if this was kind of coming out a little bit. SX.
Did you say XX?
You know what, it'd probably be cool if this was kind of coming out a little bit. SX.
SX. A little better. Not too good. Still better. As again, I am not moving forward with the couch project. So that's why I'm working on this again.
Ta-da! It's beautiful. We got a bumper. Let's add a little bit of a kind of a grill detail.
So touch the grill part.
Again, you don't have to do all this stuff. I'm just going to kind of move that in. Again, you don't have to do all this stuff. Add a little bit of a kind of a grill detail. Again, you don't have to do all this stuff. I'm just going to kind of move that in. And then let's go on our side view here. That's pressing 1, 7, or 3 on your number pad. Or you can use these little buttons up here. If you're on a laptop, oh gosh, I lost my view. Which if you lose your view, if you get crazy, you can press period on your keyboard. And I don't know where else you'd press period. Maybe you put the period button on the floor. It's on my keyboard though. You press period and you will you will frame the selection, which in my case, I use that so much that I actually bound it to the one of the very few buttons on my mouse, which you will see when I press it, is button 4 mouse. So if you can't find button 4 mouse, it's because you might not have that set up. Press it, bound it you will frame the selection, which in my
How do I have a button 4 mouse? Okay, that's the question. Button 4. Just type button 4. So that's the middle mouse.
my keyboard though. You press period and you will you will frame the selection, which in my case, I use that so much that I actually bound it to the one of the very few buttons on my mouse, which you will see when I press it, is button 4 mouse. So if you can't find button 4 mouse, it's because you might not have that period and your laptop on your number pad view here. That's pressing 1, kind of detail. Again, you don't have to do all this stuff. I'm just going to kind of move detail. Again, you don't have to do all this stuff. I'm just going to kind of move that in. And then let's go on our side view here. That's pressing 1, 7, or 3 on your number pad. Or you can use these little buttons up here. If you're on a laptop, oh gosh, I lost my view. Which if you lose your view, if you get crazy, you can press period on your keyboard. And I don't know where else you'd press period. Maybe you put the period button on the floor. It's on my keyboard though. You press period and you will you will frame the selection, which in my case, I use that so much that I actually bound it to the one of the very few buttons on my mouse, which you will see when I press it, is button 4 mouse. So if you can't find few buttons on my mouse, which you will see when I press it, is button 4 mouse. So if you can't find button 4 mouse, it's because you might not have that set up. Press period on your number pad. That'll do it for you.
Okay, I can just press period. But not that period. This period. Yes, that period. The same thing.
So back with what I was trying to do. Let's go into side view here.
Sisu's side view? Okay.
I'm going to kind of move this up. And then again,
Extrude. Move this up. Does it look the same? Kinda the same. Not really the same, but kinda. Uh, and back here. Now it looks more similar, but not really. So here's the problem. I have this one's too big, this one's too small. This guy's example's balanced. So if we just moved, if we only moved this part, no, sorry. If we moved these parts right here, more balanced. One and one. Not completely balanced, but still balanced. Now let's continue to see what this is.
And I can press Control Plus just to grow that selection.
Okay, Control Plus. Control Plus. Uh-oh.
And I can press that infinitely, and since it's just that one object, it'll just kind of a quick way to select the rest of it. So I'm going to press Shift D, just kind of move that up a little bit, and then I can repeat that action, Shift R, Shift R, Shift R, and kind of
Shift R. Well, there is no room for me to Shift R. Probably would have to make that a little bit smaller.
select the rest of it. So I'm going to press Shift D, just kind of move that up a little bit. And then I can repeat that action, Shift R, Shift R, Shift R.
Wow, it really is working. Awesome. I love this. This process and this progress is doing very well for me.
And kind of fill out the rest of our little...
So we're going back to tab, like Tabitha. If you're a Gen Xer or an older millennial, you might be familiar with like when you call somebody on the phone, you like one as in, or no, A as in Abigail, B as in Bianca.
A little grill there, looking good.
Yeah.
And so that we can take full advantage of Blender 2.8's beautifulness, let's turn on cavity. We can even turn on shadow. Let's not turn on shadow. That's looking nice. And now we can see those edges nice and crispy clean, looking good. Okay. So what else do we want to do? Let's add a freaking spoiler, because yeah. I think I have a cool idea of how to do this. Let's duplicate this back, move it up. SY backwards. Direction, motion, angle. Move this over. How intense do we want this angle to be? How fast are we going to be going? We're going to be going pretty fast. How fast are we going to be going? We're going to be going pretty fast. All right. Move this over. How intense do we want this angle to be? How fast are we going to be going? We're going to be going pretty
Okay, I think this works.
fast. All right, that looks good. Now, now we gotta connect it. Ugh, gosh, okay. Let's press Control R to give ourselves an edge loop. I could move this over, but then I'd have to get it even on the other side. So I'm just gonna let it go in the middle there. Again, could be using a mirror modifier here. Now I want these to, instead of having one there, I want to have kind of two so I can stroke it down. So I'm going to do a Control B to bevel that. That's Control B to bevel that. That should be like a song lyric or something. Control B to bevel that. Select those faces, ignore my bad song ideas. Derek, what are you doing? Just teach us bad song ideas.
I don't know if this is the right angle, but I'll just leave it there for now.
Derek, what are you doing? Just teach us how to use Blender.
That's not right.
Derek, what are you doing? Just teach us how to use Blender.
It reminds me, well, I don't want to say it reminds me, but it's giving me this game. Crash Bandicoot. Okay. Let's see what cars this guy drives. Crash Bandicoot car. It's been a while since I've played his games, but kind of like the background of the car, the wings, gives me these ears from Crash. And then there's Coco. Oh, I didn't know Crash was still in business. Good to know. So there's Crash and there's the Mustang.
Move that in. This is all super stylistic. I'm gonna use my control plus 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 plus, which if you deselected something, you can also just press L with your mouse hovering over it. It'll select that mesh island. I'm thinking maybe I don't need to go quite that fast. Let's kind of. Let's kind of tame that back.
Alright, that's better.
A little bit. All right, that's looking dope. Probably not gonna be able to see much out that back window with that intense spoiler. All right, this is the type of stuff that gets me in trouble with the tutorials taking forever, but.
Alright, there's no ad.
I just kind of had this idea. Let's make it even cooler. I don't know if you guys ever played. Kind of had this idea.
I wasn't following along.
Let's make it even cooler. I don't know if you guys ever played Need for Speed. Yeah, had some sick spoilers. Okay, that's a little bit ugly, but I don't want to mess with it anymore, so let's just leave it at that. Now this hood, I should have done this before I did the windows. Do the windows like last, because if you end up making changes like this, you gotta select more things. I could have just selected one edge, and now I gotta select all this stuff. But it's all coming together to make our cool little hot rod. I am liking the way that looks. Last thing I want to do maybe is add some kind of like headlights. You could do this. Actually, this I might do with a mirror modifier, just so that they're even, and then I'll join it back all into one object. I really just want this to be one object in the end. because it's just, yeah, it's just, I don't want it. I don't want it to be multiple objects. So what will I do? I'll go into edit mode. I want to make sure those, now my grill's all screwed up. That's all right. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. Should we leave it? Okay, we'll leave it. You should fix it though. So I want to put my headlight right about there. So I'm just going to select that vertex, Shift S, snap my cursor to selected, tab out of edit mode, Shift A, and I'm going to add in a circle, mesh circle, which I could use as cylinder, but I just, for some reason, I don't like that. It's like, it's doing too much for me. Like, Blender, save some work for me. So I have to add a circle and extrude it. So anyways, 32 vertices sounds like too many because this whole thing is a freaking box. So 32, that's probably a little bit too round. Let's bump that down to something like a 24, maybe even like 18. Ooh, Derek, running low on vertexes there. Vertices, classic conundrum, vertex, vertice. All right, so I'm adding that there. I want it to be on the other side too, though. So I need to add a mirror modifier, which is not going to work very well, as you'll see. So I want it to mirror across the y-axis. But a mirror modifier works based on the origin. So you'll see that that is... My example didn't work.
So
anyways,
to further recap, from 1330 on, we'll be in the next part. This is part 102, so I'll see you in part 103.